Hey guys, welcome back after only a few short months of me not uploading anything at all to my YouTube channel. I'm very sorry about that. I've been kind of busy with my actual life, but now I'm back because it's the spooky season, so I figured what's more horrifying than KSI's new song. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm Butcher for Halloween. Hey, leave in the comments below, what are you dressing up for Halloween? Because I want to see what my favorite viewers are doing. But anyways, now why are the biggest names in basically all of YouTube history beefing over a simple business launch? And what started this whole debacle between DanTDM, KSI, MrBeast? Yeah, it's this. It's an off-brand Lunchables, created by KSI, MrBeast, and Logan Paul. It's called Lunchly, totally not based off the name of Lunchables. The quote-unquote purpose of Lunchly's creation was to provide a lower-calorie, low-sugar meal targeted at the younger audience of YouTube. But if you're not dressing up as Stevie Wonder for Halloween, you could probably see that this is a semi-cash grab scheme they're pulling off here, so that the younger audience of MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul, who watch their videos, would see their labels on it and ask their parents to purchase a Lunchly for them. I'm stuttering a lot because I have so much hair in my mouth. I am sorry, guys. But big whoop. That's not just me spitting out my hair. Almost every single major YouTuber has some sort of beverage or food of some sorts. Like MrBeast has Feastables, those cookies, and Beast Burger. Logan Paul and KSI both own Prime. Even one of my favorite content creators, Maville, sells those deliciously looking candies, and the controversies for all those have been very minor or just practically non-existent. So what makes Lunchly so different? Well, first off, it's the quality. The quality of this product is one of the absolute worst I've ever seen. There's been reports and reports of this moldy cheese. It has not been looking good so far. And the reason for this is because they use real cheese while Lunchables, on the other hand, uses fake cheese. They could have just shelled out and used artificial cheese, but they decided to use real cheese because that shows they kind of care about their consumers. But when you use all natural cheese and no preservatives, you get this. So you need to add preservatives or something like that could happen again. Or even worse, someone could get sick or possibly even die from the mold. But believe it or not, it's actually not the reason for DanTDM going after three of the biggest names in YouTube history. If it wasn't for mold in a kid's meal, then what was it for? DanTDM's concern wasn't really about Lunchlies in the first place as food, I guess. DanTDM felt the product was misleading and potentially harmful to younger fans, who most likely just blindly trust their favorite content creators because that's who they're growing up watching. And to quote from Dan's original tweet about the issue, "What happened, YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better." And from the embers of Dan's tweet rose other popular content creators like Jacksepticeye, for instance, who said, "You mess with Dan, you mess with YouTube." This even got the CEO of Valve on Dan's side, because when Logan Paul responded to Dan's tweet, he blatantly called Logan Paul a joke. Now, Logan Paul's response to the issue was as meaningless as his own content. Logan had argued that building businesses is a natural evolution after years of content creation, and pointed out that DanTDM hadn't previously criticized other similar products, such as the ones I named earlier on in the video. Logan's tweet about the issue says, "I'll tell you about YouTubers. We spend our lives creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead, but when we create a better vision, you're upset? Then don't eat it." Which is a pretty good point, I'm not gonna lie. Lunchables was sued for allegedly containing lead. The only problem I have with this is that Prime has been sued countless times for multiple violations of hazard and food safety. A couple of the things are for allegedly present of PFAS per and, I don't want to say it, polyfluoroalkyl substances, or aka forever chemicals, in their products, specifically in the great flavor of Prime Hydration sports drink, excessive caffeine levels in Prime energy drinks, with allegations of inadequate labeling and marketing, failure to disclose the presence of PFAS in their products, leading to alleged harm to consumers. The same exact thing can be said exactly for you, Logan. Also, didn't you end up hiring criminals who scammed a large portion of you and also your fan base? Now as for Jimmy's defense of the issue, his was the most reasonable out of the group, which is a pretty low bar. He talked about how eating other food would be better for you, but most people would just prefer a to-go meal nowadays. Jimmy's tweet reads, "Lunchables sells hundreds of millions of units and countless people eat it. Our goal is to give people a better for you alternative to it. Our turkey meal, for example, is 80 less calories, 60% less sugar, more electrolytes. We use real cheese, they use cheese product, they can't call it cheese, higher quality meat, etc. Obviously eating fresh chicken and broccoli is healthier, but if someone is going to eat a pre-made meal like this, which millions of people do through Lunchables, then I think giving them a higher quality version at roughly the same price is a net good IMO, and why we launched Lunchly. Also, as we get economies of scale and can get things cheaper, we will only be improving the product more and more. Also, just a fair warning, from this point on, this will be the only sane tweet we hear from this trio. KSI's response was, I am having trouble putting into words, some of the most absolute dog water thing I have ever had the displeasure of reading, and now frankly even talking about. KSI's first tweet on the issue was, JJ, he was talking about food, JJ. He was sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munchpack, a monthly sub box full of food and candy to his Minecraft audience full of kids. Now what? This might be the most lobotomized response to an issue I have ever read. And I have read a lot of tweets in my 18 years living. Watch my other videos if you want to see me read some more dumb tweets. I didn't think I would ever have to explain this to somebody, but a sponsorship, extending your business, are not the same thing. And since we're just pulling things out from that era, didn't Logan do something way worse than taking a sponsorship deal? I don't know if I should talk about it. It's not really my neck of the woods. Now, KSI has made countless videos and tweets all about DanTDM, though Dan has only made one tweet this entire time. Well, I guess like 1.5, because he did tweet out pictures of him and his family and how good life is, while KSI is being a rageaholic. The amount of tweets KSI has made trying to insult Dan, it's frankly embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie, some of them did hit close to home, like this one for instance. Looks like crap to me, with a picture of his action figures and his U2s released over the years, but this one right here, that one hit really close to home. Because Tube Heroes, I had probably every single action figure Dan had, and they were one of the best birthday gifts I have ever gotten as a kid. But you know, if KSI is making that response, he's gotta have some sort of good U2s or even action figures. Let's check them out. Another thing that tells you that KSI is just so butthurt about this whole scenario is this next tweet. Bear with me, we're almost done with him, I swear. Easter egg at the end for a certain man. Subscribe for my pain of having to watch that music video at least 5 times over. I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked. There was no Easter egg. KSI is using this whole situation to gain more views. I checked that music video so many times. There was no Easter egg for DanTDM. There was nothing in that video about DanTDM. KSI is just dragging out this whole situation for more views and more followers. He's milking it for all the views he can get. His song was so bad, it allowed Jake Paul, of all people, to be able to roast him. The guy fighting a 60-year-old elderly man is able to roast KSI. KSI has released a lot of YouTube videos on the issue, but since making this video in his second to most recent YouTube video, everybody hates us right now, which, no KSI, you just have to stop making tweets like this, and this, and this, and maybe some over here, and then another one over here. Also, the comments underneath all of his videos right now are insane. On a serious note, I would like to thank KSI for releasing this song. My brother is paralyzed from the neck down, and today he finally stood up to turn that off. Noob versus pro versus hacker versus god on music. Okay, last one, I swear, last one. Guys, we need to be nice to KSI. He gave deaf people a reason to be happy. And the same thing just goes for all the videos he's been releasing lately. All the comments are the same, all just attacking KSI, which don't do that. I mean, like, he's probably suffered enough by now. All of KSI's recent react videos have just been about this whole situation. There is one good thing that came about from this whole entire situation. DanTDM's got a 5-story mansion living in KSI's forehead, and I'm one to talk about spacious foreheads. My gosh. I mean, you got a penthouse right here. That's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys want to see more of this content, please like and subscribe. And leave a comment down below about what you're dressing up for Halloween. And also, just leave another comment about if I missed anything or if there's something you guys want me to talk about. And I guarantee you, I will respond to every single one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.